Shop the Sherwin-Williams Labor Day sale and get 35% off paints and stains August 22nd through September 4th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Welcome to episode 222.
Oh yeah,
22.
Oh yeah, 222.
Yeah,
I should have done a 222-minute one.
And why don't we? I'll take the reins there and just say, right from Rendlesham, which I hope you boys enjoyed. It's one of my favorite UFO.
Great, it was fun.
It's around
The audio,
encounters.
It's just so cartoonishly a UFO sighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if there was like an Iron Giant ass movie about a UFO sighting, it would be that. It's awesome.
Well, pivoting from that, the drone situation that started off in like November, but really ramped up in January. This is still apparently going on, but at a less intense rate now. 60 Minutes is either yesterday or today, I think.
Finally doing the drone thing?
They're doing it's on the drones. And there's a couple of interesting quotes that I wanted to yank out for both of us, for all of us to hear.
So this has not aired, right?
I don't know. I don't think this is from a preview, I think, but it might have aired today.
Understood.
I don't know. This is what they say from Mississippi Senator Roger Wicker, chair of the Senate Armed Services Committee, inquiring about intelligence community's thoughts on the mysterious sightings and whether these could be an attempt at espionage or foreign power. He simply says, quote, I am privy to classified briefings at the highest level. I think the Pentagon and the national security advisors are still mystified.
What?
So, we're being told from both Biden and Trump administrations, it's nothing to worry about, or it's hobbyist drones, or it's this, that, and the other. He's saying that they're still mystified, but there's another quote as well that comes from NORAD General Gregory Guillot, and he simply says when asked about it, he's the interviewer from 60 Minutes says, we're the most powerful military on Earth, and yet drones could fly over major Air Force base, and we couldn't stop them. And his response is, the threat got ahead of our ability.
What
really
the fuck?
If you want to see this, the whole thing,
it's out today.
All 1327 is on YouTube right now.
Perfect. I'll go watch that after this for sure.
For you guys, you can throw it in whatever chat.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Whatever.
I see that bitch.
Yeah. So obviously them being hobbyists or whatever drones was a lie. Whatever they are, still unknown. The Pentagon doesn't know. They're apparently still mystified. The NORAD general says capability got ahead of our ability to whatever the fuck that means. That's it. They're still so it's still a thing. It didn't go away. It's just the media never really talked about it. And this is the first major, I think, program to try and cover this particular event specifically. And it just leaves you with questions and frustration. And now, after covering Rendlesham again and kind of refreshing myself about the blotter things going missing and stuff, so annoying. I'm you log the shit and it goes missing. What are you supposed to expect people to think? Clearly there's a reason it went missing at least.
Right.
It's wild. Now we have, after a year or so of being hey, it's nothing. They're we don't know. Actually, we don't know.
There's literally cool. There's just something inherently weird about, no matter what it is, the fact that there are lights, blinking lights, seems incredibly strange to me because I never understood the idea of we're top secret, but just in case people need to know where we're at, we're going to turn on light. That never makes any sense. Even for aliens, it doesn't make sense to me. Why lights?
Well, if you're a spy, I get why lights? Because you wouldn't want to give away your position,
especially at night. You'd be black. You'd be dark. Why
if your
would
tech
anyone?
Is that good? Where anybody approaches you, you're gone before they get close. You don't need the lights. As far as aliens,
I don't understand that. Which again, look, I'm just gonna say what I feel deep down in my heart. This is all Elon Musk. I'm telling you.
That's
we're gonna find out he's doing don't worry about it.
It's gonna be
bad.
Gonna
be
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. No matter
it's gonna be bad.
There's no good coming out of this at all.
No. I agree. I don't know what it is. I'm really nervous. I don't know fucking what it is. I don't think it's aliens, but the theory as to why aliens would mimic lights is because they don't want things crashing into them. Where the spies are just watching.
The aliens are just thinking about their own safety as
they're trying to
explorers.
blend in, mimic, watch while at least giving an appearance of a plane from the ground.
But
that's
if they
what
can,
people. I'm not saying that's what I believe.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
that doesn't
is
make
the
any
theory
sense to
out
me
there.
because, like, if they can travel through space or time or whatever and have ships made of alloys we don't understand,
Well,
I don't think they fear stuff crashing into them.
I love so this goes into Rendlesham because again, the two people saw two different things. It's just like, I still fully, like, if these things are real, I don't think they're just physical, like fully nuts and bolts. Like there's something with consciousness or the observer effect that seems to play into
In
whatever
these
it
drones?
is. No, I'm talking about,
You mean UFOs?
Yeah, I thought, back because you were talking about why aliens would mimic.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, if they're mimicking, to me, it makes more sense if it's like our conscious observing mind is trying to make something that we understand appear in front of us.
Right. Sure, but like, I don't know that my conscious observing mind would include blinking lights that look like required FAA lights.
If your mind sees something moving through the sky, your mind might try to be like, well, what's the most a plane? And
there's a great video of that happening right now on Reddit. Oh God, I don't know. It might be in UFO. It might not. I don't remember. But I saw it this morning, and it's like a very compelling shot of over the ocean. There's this like weird thing, and it dips into the water real quick, and it looks like it's at a distance. And the video, when I saw it, I was like, holy, what is that? You could mistake it for a UFO or an angel. It like lights up in a really weird way. And I was like, oh, that's super interesting. Some guy did like an went in and looked at the footage. He's like, no, that's just a really crazy angle to catch a seagull at night eating like bioluminescent plankton or whatever. and then of course everyone was like, no, that's not how that works. And I was like,
dude, every once in a while I love to jump into and do like a temperature check of the UFO subreddits, and they're still trying to cope with the fact that Trump isn't gonna disclose anything. What? They thought he was gonna be the guy, dude.
That's
he was
weird.
gonna do it. I'm like, you fucking idiots. No, of course not. And I think most of the JFK papers he released were the same ones Biden released in 2023.
I was going to talk about that today. I got a whole bunch.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. But anyway, drone thing's still going on. The government still is like, actually, we really don't know what they are. And that's it. There you go. What do you have? Take it away, Justin.
Yeah, I got you. So I was going to talk, in fact, about the Donald Trump release of the JFK files.
Yeah.
So hey, we got about 65,000 documents. There's a ton of stuff, but basically, according to the AP and the BBC and a bunch of other websites that I believe are currently no longer allowed to go to presidential briefings.
Free press,
free speech, baby.
Yeah.
Way.
They should be illegal.
But apparently Jefferson Morley, vice president of the Mary Farrell Foundation, basically a big repository of files about the assassination, said in a statement on X that, it's an encouraging start, but much of it is stuff that, we already have seen before. Right. And again, like Mathis was saying, Biden released a bunch of it as well. It's a lot of the same stuff. But the thing I thought was interesting is that Morley said the stuff that was released did not include 2/3 of the promise files, any of the recently discovered FBI files, or 500 Internal Revenue Service records.
Pretty similar to the binders that they trotted out for the influencers a couple of weeks ago.
Yes. That were a lot of just old stuff, but made to look new. However, there were a lot of files that were released, and so everyone's digging through them now, and we did get some new information, and so everyone is being like, it's really encouraging. If you look up articles about this, every single article has someone going, it's not what we wanted, but it's really encouraging, which is...
It's something. It's annoying
so
because
stupid.
It's annoying because here's what happens, right? I'm doing these JFK episodes on here all the time. People are like, hey, Trump released the records, new JFK
I've been
episode.
getting pinged for it too.
And I'm like, look, I don't know, but the problem that annoys me about it is that the people that are reporting this back to me are basically already sold on the fact that what has been released is some sort of exciting new info about JFK. They're not going to look into it, really. They don't care. They're waiting for somebody like me to say why this is a landslide, and I have to be
That's the thing is you release I released 65,000 documents. No normal person's going to go look and they'll be like, cool, they did it, finally.
Well, thankfully, some people are, and I have a few paragraphs about what they found so far. Nothing, zero bombshells, no smoking guns.
No, of course not.
None of that stuff. However, some interesting things. So, files in the newly released info contain a lot of stuff about the CIA. One of them is a memo from the CIA's St. Petersburg station from 1991 saying that earlier that month, in November, a CIA official befriended a U.S. professor who was there and told them about the fact that he had a friend who worked at the KGB. And the memo said the KGB official went through, volumes of stuff about Oswald and was confident that Oswald was not an agent of the KGB. The memo added that Oswald was described in the files as, they didn't think they could control Oswald, but noted that they were watching him closely and that while he was in the USSR, they were constantly following him.
Yeah, remember, this Oswald tried to be like, fuck you, America, I'm going to go join Russia. And even Russia was like, nah, we don't want
one of the reasons, and I think this is funny, is it's reflected in the files that they thought Oswald was a poor shot.
Yeah. And
they didn't want him because he was not a good asset to control. Some other major takeaways they had was the CIA agents. I guess there's just a bunch of names and addresses that are now public, which is a whole thing. Apparently, this one woman is just straight up named, and a bunch of people contacted her, and she's like, "Well, I'm not sure I like that, but I did vote for Trump, and so I'm very pleased that he released this," which is a whole thing.
It's the guy whose wife got picked up by ICE and he's still not regretting. He's like, I'm still glad I voted.
I mean,
okay, brother. I don't know. That's funny as shit.
You almost have to respect the conviction.
Yeah, you kind of. Yeah, man.
You're like, oh, shit, okay.
You know what? You're a true believer. Go for it.
Yeah, it's a little worrying, but bless.
I don't love it, I got to say.
And then also, apparently we now know that some techniques that were used during the investigation, including fluoroscopic scanning, which according to the AP is X-rays that provide images of real-time images of inside objects. Okay. Then the thing that I thought was incredible, the most interesting thing, which I guess we did not know before, and I don't know if this is just, circumstance or something super interesting, but we learned that in these documents, the name James McCord pops up. And if you're history buff, that's one of the dudes who broke into Watergate. So I don't know what that means. I don't know why that's there. Couldn't tell you. It's just
a guy.
Could just be because he was in DC at the time doing stuff.
He's like a dead ass. He's like a spy.
Oh yeah. Which is interesting. I don't know what that really has to do with any of this. In fact, most of it doesn't. Most of it's just files and files and files at the time. And then in a newly revealed portion of another document, the CIA describes the system to secretly tag and identify public phone boxes that were tapped using ultraviolet light paint that could only be seen under those lights so that you would know which were tapped by the CIA.
What the dude? What was the guy's name again?
James McCord.
Isn't that the guy that's Dulles' guy?
Dulles is, they're dropping that in this stuff. They even talk about how I can't remember which one. One of Kennedy's aides wrote him they have the letters that are basically saying the CIA is bad news, dude. They're in, apparently the CIA was in all or most of the embassies, the United States embassies, and they kind of taking them over.
Time to go back
what happened
to
now?
the
where are they? Where are they now, man?
Time to go back to the CIA episode of JFK from a couple years ago.
The CIA were made to be so scary, but Trump came in and gutted you. So how scary?
Well,
are you really?
The FBI, not the CIA.
The CIA has not been gutted.
Oh, they haven't been
not
touched
once.
At all yet?
It's the FBI. So I don't know what's going on at the CIA, to be honest. I feel much like then, just like now, if anyone tried to go for their stuff, they'd be like, no.
That's what I'm wondering is what is the CIA doing right now?
I honestly don't know.
Maybe they're anonymous, dude.
Maybe they are. Maybe Anonymous. Well, we know most of Anonymous, Anonymous as it used to exist does not exist anymore because most of them were grabbed by the government,
the ghoulies,
arrested or whatnot. So the anonymous that exists now isn't like the OG people at all. So they may be literally working with the CIA. I mean, that's how they recruit people, I imagine, is if they're like really talented hackers, give them a fucking job and I'm sure they'll be working for you forever.
I don't know what any of this truly at the end of the day changes. I don't
Nothing
think it does
immediately, at least,
at all.
yeah.
Every single article I read, I just went online and was like JFK files because, you know, they said they're going to be released. So I went and I looked, and every article, like I said, is someone being like, I'm just really, this could eventually be cool. It's encouraging. And then everything also said there's so many files that were dropped that people are trying to figure out what's new, what's old, what of the new stuff has any actual information. There's just a lot to go through, and they're like, it'll be a while. If anything, I think the big takeaway right now is that on initial scans, there's nothing in there that says this is what happened.
I mean, a lot of it's older stuff already.
Yeah,
it's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's like the exact type of thing that the government does all the time that makes
like the drones, like everything else.
Yeah.
You never know.
Like Rendlesham back in 1980. Like, you know, it's just constant.
Yep.
Alex, can you take us out of here?
On a lighter?
No.
Ish. There's a lady in Australia. Maybe this feels like something you guys covered on Cox and Crendor. I don't know. A lady in Australia did not end up in jail.
Good for her.
Though she maybe should,
apparently.
Though she maybe should have. She's 48 years old. I'm not going to say her name. She's from Victoria. She was not at the animal shelter, but they. Okay, so she worked at the animal shelter.
Okay.
And she got back to the animal shelter after she had heard that some dogs that had been surrendered to the shelter, which had eaten part of their owner's body after they died of natural causes, had been surrendered. So these dogs like were there. They'd eaten their owner a little bit. They'd just been surrendered because the owner was dead. Yada yada yada. You get this? Cool. They barfed up some toes at the shelter, and this lady took the toes and put them in a jar of formaldehyde and tried to sell them online for 400 Australian dollars, which is like $250.
That's cheap for some human toes.
Well, they're regurgitated from inside of a dog's stomach. And when the police got an anonymous tip, and she showed them other stuff that she had, like an alligator claw, a bird skull, a guinea pig trotter, her kid's teeth. Cool. She was on a Facebook group called Bone Buddies Australia, where people buy and sell bone specimens. And she pled guilty to offensive conduct involving human remains at the Ringwood Magistrates Court, which is not from Final Fantasy and is in fact from Melbourne, Australia. And she faced a sentence of 2 years in prison, did not end up with that, 18 months non-custodial, 150 hours of community service. The judge said, by the barest possible margins, you will not be going to jail today. She said, by the barest possible margins, you will not be going to jail today. She called her actions astounding and entirely odd. And for her, to her credit, this lady said she regretted her actions fulsomely.
Who did the toes belong to?
The owner of the dogs.
Was he dead?
Yeah, so she worked at the animal shelter. The owner died.
Okay.
When the owner died, the dogs ate the owner a little bit, and then when the people found out that this person was dead, they like surrendered his dogs to a shelter where they then threw up his toes.
Yeah, all right.
She then worked at the shelter, took the toes, sold them on eBay or whatever. Bone Buddies on Facebook.
That's what it is, baby. That's the hustle mindset. That's the grind life.
That's the hustle mindset?
Everything is
selling a dead
money.
man's toes.
Yeah,
a dead man's barfed up dog toes.
Lemonade.
Yeah, delicious. Lemons meet lemonade machine.
Thank you all so much for supporting us here at patreon.com/ChilluminatiPod. We will be back next week with another brand new minisode for you here. We appreciate you. We love you very much.
Bye.
And we'll eat some toes.